Thanks to all of you that have come here today to brave this weather. We want to thank those soldiers, sailors, airmen that came before us and gave their last full measure of duty in service to our nation. Before I begin, I want to recognize a couple of my family members in attendance today. My wife of 49 years, Karen Hauserman, VFW auxiliary member, mother of our 3 sons, and grandmother to our 6 grandchildren. Also here is our oldest son, Senior Chief Petty Officer Tom Hauserman III, a 29-year member of the Naval Reserve and a fellow member of VFW Post 6393. Thank you both for attending. Thanks, Tom. Memorial Day is a day we give pause to remember and honor America's fallen service members. As we all know, this Remembrance Day, Memorial Day original name, goes back in time following the Civil War over 150 years ago. It is a day we set aside for Americans to continue to salute fallen veterans of World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan, and today's global war on terror. We thank them all for their service to our grand republic. I would like to share some of my thoughts on this 2016 Memorial Day. In addition to being commander of VFW Post 6393, Yardley, Lower Mayfield, I also serve as a member of the Honor Guard at Washington Crossing National Cemetery. As an Honor Guard, it is our mission to render military honors for the deceased veterans being interred at this beautiful location in adjacent Newtown. An Honor Guard mission consists of rifle salutes, 3 volleys, the playing of taps by our live bugler, and the folding and presentation of American flag to the next of kin. Our Honor Guard team have provided military honors for over 9,000 veterans' funerals since this hallowed ground was consecrated 5 years ago. I personally have been involved in over 900 funerals at Washington Crossing in the 3 years that I have been an Honor Guard volunteer. I always think of my fallen brothers and sisters as we honor them with their final goodbyes from their families and also from their fellow veterans. The Guardians provide one last mission to honor them. But for me, there will always be one mission that will stand out among all the others thus far. Last month, on April 11, 2016, I had the honor and privilege to be part of the team that rendered military honors for a young petty officer, 3rd class, that lived here in Bucks County. This sailor was not a veteran of World War II or Korea, nor was he a fellow Vietnam veteran or a veteran of any of our nation's current conflicts. He lost his life on April 10, 1963, along with 128 other sailors and civilians. He perished when the USS Thresher, SSN 593, one of our first nuclear submarines, was lost during deep dive tests about 220 miles off the coast of Massachusetts. There were no survivors, nor were there any remains ever covered from the depths of over 8,400 feet. The USS Thresher is on eternal patrol and will always remain on the Navy active ships list. Petty Officer Carl McDonough, torpedo in 3rd class, was only 26 years old when he died serving our country. He lived in Bristol and Newtown Township and attended local Bucks County schools while growing up. His siblings arranged to have a memorial service at Washington Crossing Cemetery last month for this sailor that gave his last full measure in service to our nation. The service was exactly 53 years and 1 day after the loss of this Navy vessel and all who served aboard her. At the memorial service for Petty Officer McDonough, the U.S. Navy had a contingent of about 12 naval personnel in their dress blues. They did a 6-man flagfold and presented the colors to Carl McDonough's siblings. Warriors Watch, a group of Warrior Watch riders, stood at attention with American flags waving, and we, The Guardians of the National Cemetery's Honor Guard team fired the rifle salute and played taps for this veteran that died in the line of duty. I had the honor to call the firing commands for this fellow sailor's funeral service. Rest in peace, shipmate. May you have fair winds and following seas. In my 3 years of Honor Guard service, this service struck me as the most beautiful, moving, and powerful. The memory of it will remain with me for the rest of my life. It was truly an honor, and I want to personally thank today's men and women in uniform as they continue in the ideals and traditions of those that went before them. We are truly grateful for your service. We thank all of our living and deceased veterans for answering the call to duty. We thank them all for defending our nation, doing their duty with honor, courage, and commitment. I encourage each of you here today to think about the freedoms we enjoy that have been nurtured and developed due to sacrifices by our veterans. Think about this not only today, Memorial Day, but also every other day of the year. I also encourage you to walk the hallowed ground of Washington Crossing National Cemetery. Park your cars and walk through the beautiful straight rows of white marble tombstones and read the inscriptions. You will find a mini story of that veteran's life. Their name, rank, war, birthday, and date of death, and a personal short comment. This facility grows more beautiful each year. Today we stand united with the families of our deceased veterans. We cherish the memory of each of them and celebrate the courage and deeds of all that have served our great nation. In closing, let us commit to a Memorial Day where we honor all who have served or who are serving our great nation. Thank you very much.
Very much.